Hello, this is Michelle Hill with Slingshot Designs, and today I want to talk to you about value. This morning I had a really great conversation with the Auxin group and the members of that team, and we talked about value stream mapping, both for a professional in manufacturing. I have a lot of experience doing that there, and I took all of that experience and applied it into my own life. So a lot of the things I value stream mapped in my own life are processes around my home, including my morning routine, my evening routine. Some of the other things are even my thought processes, how I go about and approach when I'm thinking about something. Where are the different streams of thought that I have, and how do I make sure that I have the least amount of waste in my own day? Another one of the really cool ones that we dove into is information and data. We all have so many communications and information coming at us that if we can value stream map those processes and then reduce the waste that's within them and focus on eliminating things that are overproduction or over processing, that we can really reduce that footprint and the amount of time that we're spent looking for a file or responding to emails or even sorting through the emails that we get, that we can automate those processes and really help save us valuable time. So if you're not familiar with value stream mapping, I'm not going to go into a deep dive on it today, but what I want to share is the definition of value that we use in lean. And we talk all the time about in sales and marketing, we're talking about value propositions. What's your value prop? What's your elevator pitch? And ultimately, at the end of the day, they're the same thing. I just gravitate towards the lean definition for value because it's the one that it's been instilled in me for so long. But I look at that definition and it is very universal. There are three main criteria for something to be considered value added. And the first one is that it changes the product, part, or process in some way. The second criteria is that the customer must be willing to pay for it. And the third criteria is that it must be done right the first time. So if we approach value with these three criteria in mind, then it becomes a lot easier to look at ourselves and say, is what I'm doing today value added? Is it value added? What's my value proposition? It needs to fit the same three criteria. So I do hope that you found this helpful. Quick little tip for you to define value and start looking around your life in your actions and your activities. Is what you're doing value added? Does it change the product, part, or process in some way? Is it done right the first time? And is the customer willing to pay for it? If so, it is value added. If not, then it is non-value added and therefore most likely waste. The last thing I'll say is that in non-value added, there is also sometimes there are things that we have to do that are required. So we can't just get rid of them, right? And in those situations, we need to minimize the amount of time that we're spending on them and make sure that they are still done right the first time. And although we don't always enjoy it, taxes might be a really good example. Non-value added, but required. So think about it in your life. Where are there places that you are spending more time than you wish to be in a process? And if you start to break it down between what is value added and non-value added but required, get rid of the things that are just not value added and therefore waste. And you'll start seeing a huge improvement in how effective your day and your time is, and how much more happiness and you get to enjoy from some increased mental bandwidth. So I hope that you found this valuable, and I look forward to the next one. So this is Michelle Hillwell with Slingshot Designs, reminding you to take care of yourselves and your neighbors.